So this is what we doing? This is what y'all thought the problem was? Y'all decided to fire Doc? Let me tell y'all something. The Clippers losing ain't had nothing to do with Doc Rivers. I'm gonna tell you why. Doc Rivers done had that team together pretty much the whole season. This coaching's been phenomenal. Y'all gonna take the most successful coach in LA Clippers history and y'all gonna fire him because of a poor performance from the Cavs? Like, is y'all really gonna do that? First off, let's talk about the players. Let's talk about the issues that was going on prior to the Clippers ever hitting the floor in LA. You know what I'm saying? First off, your superstars. You ain't got Kawhi. Kawhi got the ring last year. Okay, that's good. That's what's up. Nothing to say about Kawhi. Kawhi did his thing. Kawhi did his consistent 28, 30 points a game from the beginning to the end of the season. You know, he did a couple more load managements than I would approve of, but hey, he still did his thing and he still held it down consistently throughout the remainder of the playoffs. Paul George. I'm going to say this. It ain't Paul's fault. It ain't PG's fault. I'm going to tell you why. Paul George did exactly what he's known to do. He gave you just enough for what Paul George is capable of. It's a lot of people that expect Paul George to do better. They want Paul George to do more, but Paul George consistently gives you what Paul George is capable of. He didn't do anything less or more than what he normally does. So I can't get mad at that. This was a team effort. The reason the Golden State Warriors won like they did, the reason they was considered so great is because they were a team. They played together. Okay, the first problem when Doc Rivers even went to go get Paul George. First off, let me give y'all some information first, some tea, what y'all like to call it. Doc Rivers' daughter, Callie Rivers, used to date Paul George. Paul George supposedly cheated on her, and they ended up breaking up. Callie Rivers is now engaged to Seth Curry, who plays for the Dallas Mavericks, who the Clippers had to play prior to the Nuggets. Now, the whole time that you out here balling, trying to give your best, trying to give the best that you can give on this court, you got your ex-girlfriend on the monitor, biggest day. You got her new boyfriend, the new cactus, knocking them down, out here in your face, being cocky towards you, talking about you, not respecting you. And then her daddy is your coach. How are you supposed to play through that? Every time you turn around and look up, you see her. If you had any type of feelings for this woman, that's going to mess with you. I don't care how they say people moved on, how they say people ain't tripping no more. That's a delicate situation. That alone can cause person some type of stress when they're on that court trying to shoot that rock, when you got your ex in the stands cheering for a boyfriend playing against you. If y'all don't think that's psychological, I don't know what to tell you. So, that was the issue to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Then we had the little couple infractions. We had Lou leave, and Lou, come on, bro. I understand if you had some issues at home, some family problems, that's one thing. That's no problem. Go handle your family, bro. Get back and get the ball. To end up in a club with Jack Harlow, bro, I'm going to just say players ain't like they used to be, bro. Back in the day, the players that we live to see, the players that we love to watch, they didn't do corny shit like this, bro. Like, they didn't do stuff like that. They didn't sneak girls in during times they were told they weren't supposed to have. They may have, but you know what? They ain't get caught. They ain't get caught in stupid situations the majority of the time. And, you know, to play devil's advocate, social media wasn't as big back then, but it was coming up. And, you know, it's just certain things I think ballers should be dedicated to if they want to be winners. Like, it's just certain ways I think they should carry themselves if they want to be winners. Understand my treads had to go. R.I.P. to Big Mama, you know what I'm saying? That's just, it's nothing else to say about that needed to happen. He had to go. I was expecting him to get back though and just go in a vengeful flurry of just bombing on cats. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was gonna come back and just turn the flow up. No. So I'm gonna break it down for y'all that don't like to listen to opinions about why they lost. Let me break it down by stats. Is that how they do that? Okay, you want me to tell you the difference in teams? You want me to tell you why the Clippers lost to the Nuggets? Let's take a look at some stats. And before I do that, everybody know that it's a difference between regular season basketball and playoff basketball. A lot of teams just try to skate through the regular season so they can hurry up and get to the playoffs and get to where it counts. When you play in the regular season, you might be a little bit more lax, might be filling it out a little bit more, trying to figure out everything, trying to make sure you got it together. But by the time you get the playoffs, it's time to ball. It's time to go. You need to leave all that at the door. If you ain't ready for the gym, don't come to the court. Flat out, this is playoff basketball. Let's look at these numbers. Kawhi, regular season, he averaged 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Playoffs. Kawhi went up in points. He averaged 28. Went up 8 points. Averaged 28 points. Went up a couple rebounds. He averaged 9 rebounds in the playoffs. And he averaged 4 assists. So he had a couple more assists here and there. Paul George. 21 points in the regular season. 5.7-ish. We'll give him 6 rebounds a game. And 4 assists. Let me tell you what Paul George did in the playoffs. He dropped down a couple points in his average. He averaged about the same rebounds. I'm going to give him that. He dropped down in assists. Like I said, Paul George kind of just leveled out. He didn't do more than what he's capable of. He didn't do less than what he's capable of. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. That's Paul George. That's what he was supposed to do. Right? I ain't going to say that's what they wanted him to do. I'm going to say that's what he does. Period. Lou Williams. Now we're going to see where the problems start coming in, because all season long we've been screaming how deep the Clippers are, how deep they are, how many options they got, how we ain't going to worry about the starting five, because after starting five sit down, we still got other producers that's going to come in and make that difference. We deep. Let me tell you what the rest of these guys did. So, Lou Williams, in the regular season, he averaged 18.2 points per game. 3 rebounds, 6 assists. You want me to tell you what Lou did in the playoffs? Lou averaged 12.8 points. So it dropped down about 6 points. It's 6 points off the board. That's 6 points gone. He averaged 3 rebounds. And he averaged about 4 assists. So you average about 2 to 3 less assists than what you did in a regular season. You went down in points. You went backwards, buddy. You're supposed to turn up for the playoffs, not go back. Marcus Williams. He averaged 10 in the regular season. 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Morris turned it up a little bit in the playoffs. He averaged a couple more points. I'm going to give him that. He averaged about the same in rebounds, and he averaged about maybe 1 or 2 more assists. So he turned it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? He stepped in and he did his role, but he was bringing as a role player. He wasn't a superstar. He did what he was supposed to do. Montrez. Let me tell you what Montrez did in the playoffs and the regular season. Let's first start with the regular season. In the regular season, Montrez averaged 18.6 points per game. He averaged 7 rebounds and 1 assist. In the playoffs, Montrez averaged 10.5 points per game. He dropped about 8 points. He averaged about 3 rebounds. He dropped about 4 rebounds. And less than 1 assist. So again, Montrez turned down. So these options y'all got, this deepness y'all had, it deteriorated. It wasn't Doc coaching. It's these players ain't putting up the same numbers that they not forget the same. They not even putting up close to what they was putting up in the regular season. You gotta at least do the same. You can't drop. You're supposed to do more in the playoffs. The same or more. You don't go down. That was the problem. Zubiak even went up a point. You know what I'm saying? He averaged 8 in the regular season, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. He went up to about 10 points, 7 rebounds, less than 1 assist. So his assist went out the door. Pat Beverly, you know what I'm saying? The talker, you averaged about 8 points in the regular season, about 5 rebounds, and about 4 assists. You dropped 2 or 3 points, went down to about 6 points, dropped in rebounds, went down to about 4 rebounds, and yeah, dropped in assists too. So all your stats went down. So Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, and Pat Beverly was the issue. It wasn't Doc Rivers. It wasn't in the coaching. It wasn't in the staff. It wasn't in the organization. It was in those 3 players. Those 3 players was clutch players throughout the entire season. These are the players that came together to make sure these wins came through. And they all fell short. Now, you take each player and that's averaging what? That's about 10 to 12 points off the board. If you combine the points between the 3 of them players, that's about 10 to 12 points off the board of each game. You look at all the games that the Clippers lost in the playoffs, and you add 10 to 12 points, and it's easy wins on every game. So, it's simple. Simple mathematics. Simple facts. It ain't had nothing to do with the coaching. You know what I'm saying? Doc gonna end up somewhere great. H-Town ain't a bad place to consider. You know what I'm saying? But this narrative of Doc Rivers doing a bad job, y'all ain't gonna keep pushing because it wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? The coach give you the blueprint. The players gotta put it together. And that's just what it is. Y'all, you can't do worse than you did in regular season in the playoffs. You can't go backwards. This bubble situation wasn't for everybody. Some people shine, some people ball out, some people looked at it as an opportunity to do their best work and make sure they notice. And then some people had struggles, you know what I'm saying? Some people need them fans. They need them cheers, they need them roars to keep them hyped up. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't the same. It was different. But I'm just here to say, get up off Doc, man, because it wasn't Doc's fault. Like, straight up. Like, y'all need to go ahead and take a look into that shit before you keep on saying it was Doc's fault. Get Doc up out of here. Like, I can't believe these niggas got rid of Doc, man. Hell, they think that's gonna do. They really got rid of Doc Rivers.